Where the hell did my week go? It was like Saturday yesterday. Or like 2 days ago. I thought I was going to have so much more time to do stuff. And I don't know. I'm losing track of my days. I'm losing everything. I don't know what's happening. Okie dokie. I'm going to go bug the people. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Okay. Hi.
Don't answer him.
Okay, that's actually rude.
Hello.
Does anybody else feel like they're weak? Like Saturday was 2 days ago? Or
I told you, man, there's snow. Oh, is it?
There's snow?
Yeah, she has snow and we don't. We're like maybe, I don't know, 30 blocks away.
Whimsy's holding out.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, you know what? That's still pretty good. Because, I mean, it's not that hot here anymore, so that's pretty cool. We don't get snow,
It's pretty nice here. It's like 8 degrees or so. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I'm not sweating
Right now.
profusely if I don't have the AC on anymore, so that's a positive.
That is a win.
Yeah. But honestly, no one else feels like their week went by really fast. Like, I swear we played.
It was fast.
We had session 37 like 2 days ago. I'm not even kidding. I don't even know what I did this week.
It was
Okay.
so fast.
It's too fast. I don't know. I think it's just because I'm getting old. I think that's
I
what
feel like it was just an hour ago that I was killing Katrina.
Because I can remember it fondly.
Oh
Deserved
no. What?
Huh?
I don't know. Nala was saying something and then.
I said Katrina deserved it. I said I'm forgiven.
Okay. That's toxic.
Forgiven. Dude, that sandwich chase fucking nearly cost me a sandwich. I'm not letting go of that. We need like some serious fucking reparations.
Oh my goodness. Well, there will be times. There will be time for your reparations. But
Right.
for now, I guess we'll go ahead and get into it. How about that?
Let's go.
Let's go ahead and start today's session. Are we all rolled up? We calibrated?
Hold up. Organize.
And bye.
Just to make sure.
I like my number, so I'm good.
Uh-oh.
Wait, oh, you did 20. I'm like, how the fuck? Okay,
That's a lot of dice.
it is.
And you know what? Out of the 20, you only got one natural one and one
And one natural 20.
20. I mean,
It's fine.
it's not the worst.
I didn't get any of either.
Yeah. So
Same.
Fine.
it's not bad. It's not bad. We'll see. We'll see how that fares today. In today's episode of Convergence.
I'm gonna die.
Maybe. They tried to listen to Fury and Boda as much as they could, though Vic struggled holding himself back. But it was Nuke who made the first move, sending a bolt into his shoulder, and also a second between his ribs. Oh god. Oh my god, what a sudden startled me. Thank you. Where was I? Oh yeah. But why was he here? All historical documents pointed at Furion meeting his demise early on when the Toxlamosis took hold of Pernios. Yet here he was, floating safely in a vat hidden in the gearways. To their surprise, Furion had recognized Kalen, calling him the Creator, though he quickly corrected himself as Kalen spoke. Furion told them that the Creator was the reason Evangard existed. He provided the machines necessary in making their hearts and showing them the materials used in creating said hearts. He soon after vanished, leaving Furion and his team to do as they pleased. Furion wasn't done with Kalen. He also claimed he could sense something dwelling inside. He was in fact a carrier of the Toxlamosis. Threads that connected him to the others in the gearways were faint but visible to Furion. He also hinted at Nuke being connected to Kaelin unwittingly through these unseen tendrils. Seemed as though Furion could see something the others could not. He recoiled in disgust as his eyes met Katrina, saying she had a putrid power within her, something unmistakably tied to Kanan. She denied the claim, but only half-heartedly. They were done, and they severed his connection with this world, liberating his head from his body. But a foul creature sprung from the neck wound. It sent its tendrils out in all directions, injuring them moderately in the process. But again, it too was relieved of its life. They settled down to rest, but Kaelin found his mind elsewhere. The walls of familial gray-hewn stone. He explored and found a room lined by a strange device that sit vertically on the walls. He saw the cores, like the one that rests within the chest of Vic. A handful of individuals standing around worked on dismantling the room piece by piece. He knew he had to act fast, as they grew suspicious. He walked into the back with a strange machine pumping away. He flung the body violently into the device, rendering it inoperable. His vision faded instantly and found himself elsewhere. He was strapped down and shackled to a table, once again swapped forms with Datus Morse. But we'll go ahead and start today's session in the center of the stasis chamber that you had dealt with Furion in. Everything being quiet enough, and you eventually were able to settle down for the night. However, in your moment of mild hibernation, Vic, you watch as Kaelin stands up and sits between your two allies. Oh, a strange grin and a look in his eyes that you weren't familiar with until it happened. A loud thundering crack echoes through the walls as you watch as that same look that you had seen the night that Kaelin vanished and you had to go on a chase to find him once more. With that, Nuke and Katrina get flung towards the walls. Everybody go ahead and roll me some initiative. I do believe it's in initiative
fine.
order. Let's see what happens.
Come on, baby. Give me higher than him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, damn!
Okay.
Vic's ready for this shit. Nuke's ready.
Well, with
I'm
that,
chilling.
as you all are trying to gather yourselves in this moment, trying to gauge the situation, we'll go ahead and get at the top of the round. Vic, you watch as Kaelin sends this energy out, a grimace on his face. Though he does, you see him throw his hands up in the air, looking around with a smile on his face. What do you do? Are you muted?
I think you might be muted.
Does Vic start
must be-
with unmuting?
You should start your turn with unmuting yourself.
Yeah.
He turns on his voice.
Free action.
Yeah. Voice module's off.
I want to run up to him, and I don't want to do any damage, but I want to grapple him and pin him to the ground so he can't go anywhere else.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Go ahead and contested grapple then. Your athletics versus Kaelin's acrobatics or athletics, whichever one you want. As you try to scramble away. Okay. Immediately you are grappled down to the ground, the heavy steel pinning the body. Though you don't feel him squirming in your in your arms, you don't see him moving. You do hear him. Oh, I give up. I give up. No. This was a mistake. This was a mistake.
Stay down, Moors.
Nuke, you're up. As you
What
watch
was it?
Vic standing on
Okay.
top of him.
What was it that he casted again?
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave.
Thunder. Okay, right. So I'd imagine. I mean, first thing I notice is just in a pile of debris, the box that I was sleeping on.
Yeah.
So I guess there's just like dust in front of me. What's going on, Vic? What have you done?
It happened again. It's not Kalen.
I run over, and I guess confused, delayed. I'll, look. I guess.
Okay.
I look at. No, I'll help. I'll help if I can. Just kind of like keep him down. I've seen this before.
Alrighty.
That's all I'm gonna do.
So you're gonna run over to him?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and move.
Where's Katrina?
I blasted the other way.
All right. On his turn, he does not make any resistance. Because I was just trying to play around. I'm not gonna hurt you anymore. Look, this vessel's kind of empty, and I have nothing left. I'm just here to talk. That's it. Nothing more.
I don't believe him.
Nor I.
Katrina, you're up.
Okay. Fuck. Can I do? Oh. A minute. I so fucking want to smite him right now. I know it's Galen.
Dude, what you gonna do?
You know what?
Oh.
If you need to smite Kaylin, just go and do it.
It's fine. I'm a mirror image myself because fuck that shit.
Okay.
Can't heal. Don't hit.
All right.
Fine.
Look, I'm telling you, I'm just here to talk. Nothing more, nothing more.
I'm not even paying attention to him. I was looking at Nuke and like, what do we do with him?
Kill him.
It's Kalen. He's still in Kalen's body.
Right. But you fucked my bed up. Son of a bitch, start talking.
He kind of looks over at your bed. You mean the boxes all over the place?
I slap him.
Okay,
up,
well,
Kaylin.
that is not necessary.
It made you feel better though.
Vic, are you still just holding him?
I am going to. I like keep my foot on his chest and stand up and push the hammer basically into his mouth to get him to stop talking. Is my goal.
To stop talking? Okay.
It's like still holding him down and grappling him.
Yeah.
Like I want the hammer in his mouth so he can stop. That sounds so bad.
Okay.
So he can stop talking.
Oh my.
All right. Go ahead
Sorry,
and make a continued athletics check versus Kaylin's athletics or acrobatics to try to squirm away from that to continue to talk.
Does Vic have advantage if I'm helping?
I will say.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Damn.
Well, unless it is advantage. But I don't
I'll
know.
give you advantage on that as you are now, and he's not trying to resist that, but trying to move his face away. So I'll give you advantage on that since.
So I need. Okay. Nope, more than that. So nope.
And he does. He moves his face. Look, there's no reason to be aggressive. I told you, and he still has his hands up, not resisting your foot on his chest, though moving away from the hammer. You could see as it cracks, and you hear a thud hit as he moves his head, and your hammer clips part of Kalen's horn, cracking it slightly. Hey, the more damage you do to me, it's not me that you're doing damage to. And he looks down at the body. I'm telling you, I'm just here to talk. That's it.
It makes you think we want to talk.
You need to kill us in our sleep.
That was an oversight on my part. I didn't think you guys would end up in a place where you would be this hurt. I didn't expect it. What can I say? I like to have a little
you
bit of
had a
fun.
moment to look.
Yeah, a little bit. I just wanted to stir the pot.
Not very bright, are you?
Well, you're the one down here with no clue of what you're doing. So, I don't think we should talk about who's bright or not. Why did you find... I mean, are you guys continuing the conversations, or because we're going to be rolling through, Nuke, you're up. What are you doing?
God.
I mean, I've no action here. No, like he said he wants to talk, so I'm just standing there with my foot on his clavicle.
Okay. So you're going to let him talk?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go ahead and switch.
This is a bad idea. I don't
Alright.
like. He just.
Seems so charismatic though.
That's the problem.
And Antonio Banderas here on the ground.
Well, you better
eh,
speak quickly. Friend here's a bit twitchy. Looking at Nuke.
I can tell. I mean, all of you seem to always be on edge every time. Especially this one right here.
Can you blame us?
I mean, I
Wait.
could.
What do you mean every time?
Every time. You don't think...
What other time?
Oh, you don't think I've been secretly coming in, sneaking around, looking at things of what you're doing? I mean, there's a vessel here that I can use. Might as well use it, huh?
I put my hand behind my back. How many fingers am I holding up?
Okay, my vision doesn't go that far.
Huh.
Unless... Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Wise as fuck, boy.
There is a moment in your mind where you feel it slightly slipping away, as though something is trying to push its way into your consciousness, though it fades. I guess you're still a little bit resistant to what's happening to you. Well, I guess that's that. I don't know what you're holding up, but eventually I will.
Yes.
I don't know, 4.
No. Tie him up. We should tie him up.
I mean, what do you expect
yeah,
me to
that
do?
works.
This vessel is spent. I have nothing left. Or at least, he has nothing left. Seems like you got yourself in a mess.
He might bite you still.
Wait, what will bite me? Mind you, you keep threatening me, but you're only going to harm your friend. I'm trying to help you here.
It's the
You're
only
the
reason
one-
you're still talking.
Okay. I'm not... How do you put this? You should probably leave. I'm not threatening you. I'm simply telling you. Go home. Call this endeavor off. There's nothing here for you. In fact, there's nothing here for you in Pernios at all. Go find adventure elsewhere. Because clearly you are out of your element. You have no idea what is going on and what is about to happen. Again, I need to make it clear that I am not threatening you. I'm simply stating that you are not ready for what is happening.
And what exactly is happening? Mr. Fucking I know it all.
Does the boot worry about what the ants toil? I don't think so. Mister, know nothing. You come down here thinking that you're playing the hero, yet I don't think you know what is going on.
They're coming back, aren't they?
Are you talking about the Evangard? No, nothing like that.
Not them. Thing that's connecting you to Kaylin. No, they're not coming back. They're already here.
Oh, you're talking what the world calls toxlomosis, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. But there's more to the story. You
Do
see,
you know this story?
of course I do. Why would I be here if I didn't?
All right. Enlighten us.
Would you mind lifting your foot a little bit? It's a little difficult when I can't breathe.
You calling me fat?
He looks over at Vic.
Oh, he's calling you fat. Burn.
I feel like at this point, I was like resting my hammer against his cheek as well, just like waiting for like him to say something wrong. But
Yeah, pushing his head down into the ground.
yeah, we're really gonna hear this guy out. Is that our plan here?
What other option do you have?
I didn't ask you.
Yeah, shut it, Zoro.
He's so temperamental. Always on edge.
I guess we probably should listen to what he's got to say.
Let's give like one final push against his head as I'll step off of him.
And kind of sit. Do you let him sit up?
I'll let him sit up. I'm not going too far away from him, but
Yeah.
I'll let him sit up.
The world is moving in the wrong direction. There are powers that be that decide to spread their influence, though keeping themselves secret. I'm sure you're already aware. Kanan is one. Their influence has been felt throughout. And in fact, you're already entwined with everything else. Given your involvement, finding yourself here, ending up on Tenebrae Station to give me such a easy way home. Everything you do, you think you're making your own decisions. Yet you've been manipulated this whole time. Every moment since you've encountered it. It's all been planned out for you beforehand. Way beforehand. Takes a moment.
Is there a point you're getting at here?
Of course. Wouldn't you want to be free from this outside influence, living your life the way you see fit? Or are you just content with going at the whims of the gods? The ones that refuse to reveal themselves to the people, making sure that every time they come closer or people find the truth, it gets buried deeper and deeper until people forget. only to move in the same direction that it always has been for thousands of years. I want to change that. Quite frankly, I'm tired. I'm tired of living this life. And I want to put an end to it. Not my own. The gods. Speechless, I see.
What does this have to do with us?
Well, it's the reason why you're
Any
down
of
here.
us.
Why are you down here? Were you trying to stop something that you have no influence over in the first place, or what? Some kind of kinship over cores? Your brothers and sisters? You think so? What is it that you think you're doing? Trying to save the world? From what?
From people like you.
People
Ferrum.
People like me. What do you think I am? Who do you think I am? What do you think I'm doing? No response? Nothing?
I'm trying to think out of character what it is who he is. Hold on. He's
Wait,
the top
who?
most this guy, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming this is
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Datus.
Yeah, you released, made Toximosis what it is. Spread it. We're here to prevent that and more.
And what do you
Again.
think Toxlomosis does? Take control of people. You think it's something that simply could be created?
Is that not what you did?
That's what I thought.
The world writes history that it wants people to think. In fact, the Toxlomosis is a little more complicated than that, and in some ways simpler.
Go on.
These tendrils, the power that connects the Letheris of the world, the magic lines that create the ebb and flow of the universe. It simply is part of a bigger organism. Think of the Toxlomosis as veins, sending blood across a body. They create a function. They create a physical connection between those that have some kind of bond with a greater power. A god, if you will. And let's just say that this god is not so much more powerful than the rest. But what if this one is tempered by a blinding rage that has been contained for so long, it's attempting to boil over into something more terrible. So, why not use the powers of this god against it? You take the rage that it manifests into the world, and you sever its connections entirely. Yes, some people have to die. Some people are unfortunate that, guess what? Their sacrifice is for the greater good.
Easy for you to say when you're not the one dying.
Oh, don't mistake me. Mistake my words. I intend to die once I am done. You see, I too am one of those tools. One created by a being simply to be used and then discarded. But I have other plans. And so does your friend. He just doesn't realize it yet. He too was a tool. Is a tool.
Wait, so this god that we're talking about, just to be clear, well, this is Kanan.
Oh, no, no, no.
Who?
They call themselves Basira.
Come again?
Basira.
Right.
There you go.
Cheers. Where's my pen?
The world doesn't know, because Kanan has been influencing their revival this whole time. Every time one of me comes back, Kanan has always been there to stop it, to prevent my existence from getting to the point where all of my original power becomes awakened and I fulfill my function. Whether you like it or not, if it doesn't stop with me, then the cycle continues. If you find me at any point and decide, oh, he doesn't deserve to live, your friend, the one that shares the same fate as me, what did you call him? Kalen. He'll eventually serve his function. Whether or not he decides to go along with it or change it, who knows? But it always comes to the same conclusion. You either go along with Basira's will, or you do everything in your power to prevent it. Some might even say that I'm kind of a hero in this sense. Sacrificing
stretch.
myself. Well, look, I'm sacrificing myself, so this doesn't have to happen again.
Yeah, but how many people die?
Does it matter when most stay alive in the process? What, you think you can save everyone? Mind you, no matter how much good you think you're doing, there's always collateral damage. Your friend Kalen, in his wisdom, decided to act irrationally. Found out that he can find his way to these other willing creatures, the ones infected with the toxlomosis, the ones that connect Basira to their vessel. Decided to throw himself into something that he did not know. Guess what happened? Something blew up and people had to die. You've lost already. You simply rushed in here without enough information, and here you are, wandering the gearways, hoping that you can find the golden goose. But instead, you put yourself in danger. So I say, leave. Get out of Bernios. Or if you want to be a hero, go pursue something better. What did you say, the Nocferum? Go find them. Go do something with them. They clearly want to do something far worse than I want to. Give the gods the power again. To give them the rightful throne they think that they deserve. No chip off my shoulder.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of confused here. So what, this Basira is a god you're speaking of? Is that the same god that Nocferum? Or...
Nocferum is a chicken with no head. They are running around hoping, just throwing as much blood everywhere, hoping that it sticks on something. They want all gods to come back. However, their influence has been driven by Kanan. Basira is more, not so hands-off, but just blinded by rage, and it eventually boils over. Time and time again. I understand that this world has been depraved of these gods for so long, but it's a hard concept to get around. But eventually you'll understand.
So do you wish to stop Nocferum then?
I could care less. I don't wish to stop them. It's not my plan. My plan ends when Basira is completely severed from its will.
But to do that, you need to spread toxinosis and people die.
It's a side effect of what we're doing here. So, I spilled my guts. Tell me, what is your plan here? What is your intention to find all of these cores, huh? To liberate them from what?
Before Nocferum does. They find them. It's impossible to say what they'll use them for.
They're not going to find them. I can promise you that.
How?
Because I've already found them. You're only retracing my steps. I've been here for a while. We've been doing what we've had to. Now, the problem is, our timeline has shifted. And unfortunately, what we were doing here no longer applies. So we're gonna have to leave.
What role does Bodo play in your plan?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
There is no role for Bo. Can you go ahead and roll an insight check? You're not sure. But he seems confused as to your line of questioning. What does that relic of the past have to do with what's happening now?
Wait, what do you mean of the past? Like fucking hours ago?
He's not as dead as one may think.
So he's alive.
Oh, so you don't know everything.
Oh,
Right.
was
Oh.
alive.
So that's what you're doing here. That's why you're so injured.
The one that we encountered claimed to be one of many of himself, or one fragment of himself.
Well, that complicates things.
You don't say.
Well, I guess Kanon has a few more tricks up their sleeve. Do you see why I complain about the gods meddling in things?
You're meddling for them.
I am meddling against them.
For this Basira.
To
In order to-
destroy Basira.
By spreading them, by spreading their influence.
Again. Collateral damage. A means to an end.
Is not the way.
Basira
Wait.
needs... Go on.
So you. But you're not going to stop Knockferrin. I mean, so you won't let them bring the other gods back. As long as it's not this Basira.
Basira's the one that I care most about, considering it is the one that I am most tied to.
Tied to how? Exactly.
Let's just say I was created in their image. And people like me have been for some time. Always to play out the same role over and over, living a tragic life, letting it boil over until we have only anger left.
Is that why you and our friend look the same?
We don't look the same, we are the same. It's the same story over and over again. I'm sure he told you his sob story, his background. He was probably kidnapped or something, and something tortured him, or I don't know, he was locked in a dungeon, treated like a monster, huh? It must be something like that. Or he was abused for years and years because of his monstrous disfigurement, huh? Something like that, right?
He is nothing like you.
Oh, we're exactly alike. We always are.
You would not sacrifice anyone
Not
the-
yet.
for the sole cause of destroying a god. Why? Like, no.
Not yet. He is still in the early phases. Still learning what it is to be himself. But we all find the same path.
Wait, have we already established why Basira is more, you know, distasteful? Why you dislike them more than the other gods? I mean,
Because
he's
out of
connected
all
to-
of the gods, he's the one that constantly finds a way to not be controlled. His power cannot be contained. Ego, pride, all of it creates a recipe for the disaster. though they may have powers of their own, Basira's wrath is unlike anything else. Would completely destroy worlds and rebuild them in their image, simply for one thing going wrong.
Sounds like an asshole.
Very much so. And through his rage, I was created. And we are always created, time and time again. And people like me, people like your friend, will always be created after. Whether or not you serve your purpose, that's on you. How you decided is on you. If you want to continue what Basira wants for you, go for it. I decide that I'm gonna go against it. I'm going to try to destroy it, so this never happens again.
You believe the actual purpose is to just... is to what? If you're going against it, what is the purpose that you're going against?
To take over all other gods, to subjugate the celestial titan.
They already don't exist. Or they're hidden away, or what have you.
The gods?
Precisely.
Oh, the gods, they're not hidden away. They simply refuse to show themselves because, well, the ones that are allowed to go and do their own thing, guess what they do? They sit idly by, watching as everyone here suffers. Yet you know nothing about them, because they decide to mask themselves. Because they feel that the world did not need them, so they hid everything about them. They erased themselves from the minds, yet people still feel. The belief is still there. And everybody that does believe even just a modicum of faith, none of them can shake the feeling of betrayal, knowing that the world is going down this path. So again, leave Pernios. Let what is about to happen, happen. Chase Knockferrum, whatever they're doing. I'm sure things will be a little bit more dangerous once I'm done with what I am doing. You see, I have one of the fragments of Kanon, and it'll only be a matter of time before a new vessel is chosen to find this piece, to reunite it with Knockferrum. But at least it'll be at a point where Basira's range isn't allowed to manifest and take over everything. And if people need to die in the process, people will die in the process, but the world will be better for it.
Are we believing this guy or what? I mean... they're just words, right? Could be totally full of shit.
I believe he believes in what he's saying.
Right.
Doesn't make it right. It certainly doesn't mean it's the only way.
I think if we lived in a world free of the gods' influence, I think we're better off. If they wanted to stop the Convergence, don't you think they would have had the power to do so? Yet they sit back and let it happen. They
I
let the
mean, you
world-
say they sit back. You may believe that, but I mean, I'm just hearing words.
I have lived in the mind of Busira for multiple lifetimes. Countless of centuries. Every time a new one is created, I've seemed to have slipped through the cracks. And I can always find, through generation after generation, another one like myself. And they have lived the same life, though rearranged some ways. And they always find their demise. I've seen it time and time again. Basira's rage coming closer and closer. Like the head growing on a tankard of ale, ready to spill over onto the table. So yes, I would like to stop that.
But again, sacrificing others is not the way to do it.
And if it was the will of the gods, they would be all sacrificed, rewritten, created, deleted from reality, only to be rebirthed. How many times do you think they've done this? How many times do you think they're going to go over the same routine? We're not people to them. They don't care. We're but microbes in the guts of a creature far beyond our capabilities of even comprehending. Why would they care whether we lived or died? At least in my path, those that don't die in the wake can live without worry in the future aside from what their influence in the world provides. Not by the will of the gods.
Whether they care if we live or die or not shouldn't change whether they can live.
It's a matter of perspective.
I don't understand though. You seem quite blinded in you're talking about Basira. You keep saying this, but then you say all the gods. But yet you've no problem with Nocturne and what they're doing. So what? If they bring back all the other gods, Basira's not here. I mean, you're contradicting yourself.
The other gods have been so quiet. And the only reason why Kanan ever gets close to what they're trying to accomplish is by using the will of Basira as it boils over to create conflict in the world. That's it. It's how it's always been. If the other gods wanted to move things along don't you think they would have said something by now? Don't you think they would have made themselves available to be called upon? No. I don't think so. It always comes down to using the rage built up into those that are created in his image. Does true influence over the world happen? I believe it starts and ends with Basira. Kadnan will try and try. But they are weak. They always have been. Who do you think brought the Ebon Guard to life? Kadnan? Or Basira? I already told you the story. He looks up at Vic. You're tied to this more than anyone. Aside from maybe, and kind of looks down at his own form. You're built on that very rage Basira brings to the world. You must feel it.
What's your point?
How much better do you think the world would have been without you? Realistically. Do you think you were ever needed? Only to serve a function, a purpose. That's it.
You think I don't know that?
So then you should know above everyone that if we take the power that created something like you and we took it out of the equation, the world would be so much better, easier to maintain.
But doing so at the cost of countless lives is still not the way to go about it.
You've already cost countless lives.
Doesn't make more the answer.
What's a few more? What are you trying to atone for your sins so no one has to die to end?
Someone has to.
So no, why not a few more sacrifices? So that everyone could live.
Because my past is not their price to pay. Nor is yours. If you wish to shut down this Basira, then do it yourself, not at the cost of others.
And that's where your naivety shows. Basira requires lives, souls to bring forth, but just enough so that when his wrath boils over, we have the advantage. There is no other way.
Then find one.
At that, he just kind of scoffs and smiles, smirks.
In the meantime, we'd like our friend back.
Wait. You said that Kalen is like you. The same.
Very much so. Though earlier in his stages.
That other guy, Boda, said, I don't, me and Kalen were related or linked. Something like that. Any idea what he's talking about?
Boda said a lot of things. As I mentioned at the beginning, Shouldn't take anything he says to truth.
I know, but, we got him here. Seems to know everything. Just thought I'd ask.
If you're saying that Boro is still around, I mean, he was one that was influenced by the Toxlomosis. So, I mean, whatever had happened. But I think he is telling the truth. I can feel a connection between you and I. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I see him doing anything as you're saying this, or like, is it just words?
No, it's just words. You feel your mind, you become secondary in your own body. There is a like a depersonalization watching it through a camera lens as you watch as your form starts to walk around and look into the vat. You can hear your surroundings, but it's like you're a prisoner, caged. You feel so small. And at that point, you kind of feel yourself trying to like tip towards the vat as you're about to fall into it. You watch. He snaps back and you go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Nuke.
As you are now tipping down, Nuke, yeah, down tipping into the open vat with the slight. You catch yourself right at the edge as you're about to fall in. Your mind, your connection snaps back. I was just kidding.
What the fuck was that? What did you do to me?
I didn't do anything. Your friend did that. Well, established the connection.
What? Look, can you just speak English for once? I've got a thumping headache. I start backing away from the vat.
The veins that run through anyone that has come in contact with those that are more tied to things, the toxlomosis runs through you as well.
Oh, great. Aliens infected me.
You can look at it that way. Or you can
But
say
other
that
way-
you are so closely tied to the gods. You're the God spoken.
Wait, you saying I'm powerful?
I think you're infected.
I'm saying you can be powerful for the gods. Or your friend. Or me. Considering the
Oh,
connection between Kaylin and myself, I'm getting so much more accustomed to this place. I sometimes don't even feel that I have to wait until he falls asleep.
I don't know, guys. This guy's kind of creeping me out.
Are you done flapping your gums, or can we have Galen back?
So much aggression. So much aggression. In the meantime, Kaylin, you are strapped to the table, incapable of moving. As a human and a dwarven gentleman stands in front of you. You can hear them talking amongst themselves. The light shining bright, kind of obscuring, causing a bit of a blur in your vision. All right, so it shouldn't take long. The boss said he needed to talk to them. And once you're, well, at least once he's good and done, you'll be on your merry way.
Why are you doing this?
But I'm not doing anything. What you mean, like what
Why-
we're doing in general? Or what?
Why are you trying to cause the convergence?
I think you're getting yourself mixed up there, brother. We're not doing any such thing.
What are you doing?
I mean, I don't know too much of the details of it all. But from what Datus tells us, we're trying to stop a god? I don't know. Seems as though it's the right thing to do.
How can you hurt so many people without even knowing what your goal is?
What do you mean hurt people? We haven't done anything. Not yet. If you're talking
You think-
about those that are awakened to this power, none of them are hurt.
You think it's power? You think I'm powerful right now because of this connection?
I think you don't know what you're talking about. But he did say something that eventually you'll come around. I don't know. I don't know how truthful that is, but I'm hoping.
I'll never use people like he does. If you can't see that how wrong this is, you are truly lost.
He told us that you'd be a little on edge when this happened. If you ever find yourself over in Oxburn, there's a Mages Council over there. A big wizards college. They have an archive. You should probably look into the book, Horns of the Apocalypse. Might give you a bit of an insight.
What was it called? Horns of the Apocalypse?
Horns of the Apocalypse. You sure did make a right mess of that place. Find yourself somewhere else. You destroyed the engine, you know. And that guy, well, let's just say if there was some casualties in the process. So, hurting people. I guess you're not above that, are you? Innocent people, really. You were there doing a job.
Doing a job to hurt others.
Where'd you get your
Serving
information
someone
from?
with malicious ends.
What do you think it is that we're doing here?
What do you think your boss is trying to do? You seem to have so much faith in him.
Go ahead and roll an insight check. And there is I mean, everything that is forward facing there's like absolution. But looking into his eyes, there's something slightly distant. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe doubt. What I do know is that we need to stop the cycle. And the only way to do that is to make a few sacrifices. Sure, people die in the process, but people die all the time. Once the world sees what truly controls it, I reckon that everyone will have a universal rejection of how things are versus how they should be.
You think people should be free?
I do.
Then tell me, if Datus Moors, your leader, wanted to take control of you, could he?
I offer it willingly.
But I don't.
It was a difficult concept. Once everything was explained, once we saw how things were, well, we always come around to it.
I will agree that the cycle does need to stop. But the ends do not always justify the means. Sacrifices must be made, yes, but only when necessary, and only by choice. Datus Moors, Knockferrum, they sacrifice everyone else without a second thought. They say they would sacrifice themselves, I'm sure. Would they? Do you really believe that?
I'll turn the question on you. Would you sacrifice yourself for the greater good? To know that what you're doing is stopping the ultimate evil.
Galen looks him directly in the eye without a second thought.
And I believe that you and Datus are more alike than you want to believe.
We may look the same. Physical form may be the same. I am not like him. I never will be.
I promise you, son, you are. Though, he may be a little more cynical, a little more jaded in his, personality. But I assure you, when time comes, the sacrifice will be made.
What is your name?
He pauses for a moment, and you do see him nudge the other guy. The name's Eric.
Eric. If you were under my command, were in a group with me, and I had to choose to sacrifice myself or you for the greater good, I would sacrifice myself. Would Datus?
I believe so.
Then you are a lamb being led to slaughter. I hope you realize before he makes that choice for you.
He said that eventually you'll see it in time. That what he's doing and what you eventually would do. They do align. Though you may not see it now. You will eventually. Go ahead.
Sounds like
Go ahead.
that sounds to me like every villain in every story I've ever read.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
And in that moment, you are shunted from this point. And you wake up once again in the room among your allies. We'll go ahead and take a 10-minute break right there. Oh boy.
I don't think I've ever taken so many notes in the first hour of game. Oh my
boy.
god.
Yeah.
I'm already on the second page. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so we will take a 10-minute to process things and we'll figure out what happens from there.
You want us to process that in 10 minutes?
It's fine. Just take a short break to process
What are we gonna do,
what little
ChatGPT or something?
information. Just what little
Right.
information you just got. It's fine.
Okay,
What the
okay.
fuck just happened?
Can you give us 15 minutes so I can have 5 minutes to like solve all the trauma from my childhood?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah. We'll
Okay,
take
cool.
15 minutes.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
We'll be back in 15 minutes.
See you
Yeah.
guys soon.
Oh man. See ya. Oh boy. How exciting. Lots of it was such a dump of lore, but it's just I feel like there was no way around it. There's no way around the lore dump. I racked my brain. I was like, is there a way to just give little bits and pieces of what needs to be said, like in digestible little tidbits? Or is he just gonna, like, I don't know, trauma dump on everybody? I felt like, I mean, it wasn't really a trauma dump. It was more of a you need to understand the scope of things, right? Like, yeah, it was fine. I don't think that there was a way to do that in a more digestible way. I feel like Datus in this moment was just like, you know what? You are following the wrong path. Just leave. Go find adventure elsewhere. You know? I couldn't, there was no other way to do it. I'm so sorry. I try my best to make things a little digestible, to bring a little bit of it, but it's a little difficult. There is a little bit of difficulty to it, especially with a character like this. I mean, this was like your first actual instance with this, but I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna stand up and stretch and just see if I can get my brain wrapped around it. Be right back. think we're kind of back. I don't know. I mean, close to being back. Hold on, let me see. Hello?
Oh, hello?
Hi.
We back?
I mean, almost.
Hey!
Technically.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody's established, and we've already absorbed everything. We're good to go. Nothing to be.
Yeah, everything makes
clarified.
sense. We're fine. Yep.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
makes perfect sense now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My brain is
Excellent.
smooth.
All right. So, since we're all on the same page, we'll go ahead and start the second half of today's session. As you watch Kalen's demeanor shift slightly, his eyes closing and reopening once again, the softness returns. As Vic, you look down, still sitting in the same posture.
I feel like at this point my hammer is probably back on his chest again because I was trying to convince him to bring Caitlin back. But
Yeah.
you wake up with Vic's hammer on your chest, just keeping you pinned.
I mean, Kalen knows who was just here, so he doesn't blame you.
Oh. What is the name of the substance that courses through me?
Out of character, the answer to this was fish, right?
Like,
I'm pretty
pineapples
sure.
or some
I'm
shit.
pretty sure it was
Wasn't it?
pineapple.
Pineapple or pickles or something like that?
Pretty sure it was pineapple.
I like pickles though.
It could be pickle.
Can,
It
can we
be
like
something like
can we
that.
change it on the
Let's
fly?
change it to pickles.
Y'all can do
Let's change it.
whatever you
Why not?
like.
Nice.
It'll pineapple works. Yeah, you're probably right. So Kalen looks confused for a moment. A lot of shit just happened. And then he's like,
answer,
and
and
then
the
he,
hammer just pushes a little bit
and
harder.
then, well, and then he sort of realizes, and his eyes like widen, and he's like, pineapple.
It's him.
Hammer lowers.
What did he do?
First cast a spell on us. That hurt.
A lot.
And he said he only wanted to talk and kept going on and on about his pure intentions.
Which also hurt.
Where did you go?
What did you do?
I was able to change bodies somehow between some of them. I hurt one of them, but it was to sabotage their operation. I destroyed an engine of some kind of theirs. But then I was trapped in Daedus's body. They had tied him down.
So he knew he would have an opening to come talk to us.
And knew that I wouldn't do as much damage there. There's a book called Horns of the Apocalypse. They said it was in Oxburn, at the Magic Academy. It would explain a lot of what they believe, or would help us understand what they were doing.
Who, Daedus or Nocfurum?
I suppose it was meant to justify what Daedus was doing, but I'm sure it would help explain other things.
So, What exactly is our course of action? What are we even doing?
Do we even
Okay.
believe him? I mean,
Can't
he
just
said a lot of crazy
leave.
stuff. Sorry,
Can't just
go ahead.
leave, can we?
No.
Came all this way. Can't just let them do whatever they're trying to do.
I mean, he just said shit. No, I mean, he didn't prove anything. Could be batshit crazy. I mean, he's trying to kill loads of people.
What
It's
exactly
about-
did he say? We don't have to RP the whole conversation, obviously, because I was listening, but I just wanted to remind that, like,
feet up.
Kaylin obviously wasn't there for the conversation. So,
Yeah. He said something about a god, a Basira, that he's trying to stop from emerging, but to do so, he's spreading toxomosis, which is connected to Basira.
Doesn't make any sense.
What did he actually mean by that, though? So, what, everybody's infected with toxomosis can be, what, controlled? And then he's using that to fight Basira?
I don't know the specifics of it, but if I had to guess, those once as many people are infected and controlled, somehow the death of those people are going to stop Basira from emerging. I don't know how, but
Oh, I asked him about what Boda said about me and you being related. Apparently, I've got toxomosis or something. So I'm probably gonna die. Just realizing that now. Shit. Wait, how did I get infected? What did I do?
You stuck around Kaylin.
Wait, but so did you guys.
I believe we went over this about an hour ago with, not Datus, the dude in the vat.
Look, I just nearly got dropped in a vat. Fucking give me a break. He also said that you and him are, I don't know, what did he say? Well, the same?
said they were the same, indeed. But if you didn't see what he was doing now, you will eventually.
his followers were saying the same thing.
And not similar. He specified the same. Which is kind of weird.
They do seem to truly believe in what he's doing, what they're doing, but I somehow sensed there was an element of doubt in them.
He also didn't know that Boda was alive. Or at least parts of him are alive. He said it was also a problem for him that he was.
I imagine Furion is trying to use this connection with toxomosis for his own gains, and it's likely not something that Datus has full control over.
And the big thing he kept saying was that we need to get out of Pernios. We don't know what we're doing here.
I feel
I mean,
we have been.
That
Go on.
should stay.
And do what? He said himself the cores aren't here. I don't know if I believe him, but
Know where they
he
took
claims
them.
to have them for himself. Did you see anything when you were there, Galen? Any indication that he has the cores?
If I remember correctly, he did not, like, in that location, right?
What you saw was there was these like brass pipes that would line the walls in that 40-foot room. That was the last thing you saw, and each there was like these little windows into it, and you did see the cores embedded into this like vertical
Oh, yeah,
machine.
yeah, yeah. He has a number of the cores and is using them in some sort of machine. It's underground. Fortunately, couldn't discover where they were based on anything I saw. But hopefully, the damage I caused to the engine would slow them down.
You mentioned that as well. He already knew about it.
I think that we've been roaming around in the dark for too long. Whatever this book is, I think it could give us insight to what's really happening.
So we're going there first then.
We can't just leave. Oxburn
we go?
is weeks away.
I find it hard to believe that there's only one copy of this book. And well, given Credulo's library, perhaps we should ask him if he's read it or has his own copy or something before we spend the time going away from people who need us.
Wait a minute. What if Credulo's been infected now too?
It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
I don't think it changes whether we should ask him.
Should still
Yeah.
ask, but
If we can find a tether station, maybe able to reach out to an old friend at Haganath as well, see if they know anything about this book. I don't know if they will, but they've been around long enough that they may have at least heard of it or know of it. Don't know how safe it is for us up on the surface, though. Not for I'm still here, still around.
and we sort of made
Don't
our
think-
presence known.
I doubt it's any safer down here.
Do we just give up down here then? Must be something down here we can find.
I wish I knew the answer, but I struggle with the fact that we have been wandering in the dark, not really knowing what we're even trying to do. Just stop people that are doing bad things is noble in and of itself, but right now I feel it's not enough.
You're right. How are you feeling about all this? Finding out you're connected to, well, not really connected, that you are, in essence, Jadis Moors, or could be.
I feel worried. I feel confused. I had very little idea of where I came from. And now I feel even less sure of the little I did know. Thought I knew.
The way he put it, apparently you all come from a similar story. Some form of tragedy before being captured or imprisoned or enslaved by somebody, put to work, before ending up finding whatever path you end up going. Whether before or against this Basira.
I suppose there's a strange feeling to being created as a tool, serve a set purpose and then be disposed of.
Welcome to the club.
So we didn't actually decide what a course of action is.
Dancing
I mean,
around.
I think Kaylin is right. We need to go and talk to Credulo. See what he knows of this book, if anything. Reach out to other sources. See if they know anything. Go from there. We can't keep being 2, 3, 4 steps behind.
Agreed.
Where we shall go.
Back to the truck then. We can try to call him from there.
Wait, we're going now? I mean, I'm so sleepy.
That's a good point, actually.
I mean, you can carry me.
I'm afraid I'm not exactly any better off than you are at this point. That said,
mean,
I pull out the rope that I have and I just look over to Kaylin. It's nothing personal. I go to try to start tying him up if we're going to take a rest.
if it makes you feel better, Nuke, you've got more blood on the inside of you than I've got on the inside of me.
You know what? That actually does make me feel better. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm gonna
She
sit
has
down
more
before
on
I
the
faint.
outside of her than you have on the inside of you. But
I'm gonna go sit down now before I
nice.
fall over.
I've also got more than Vic, so I mean, silver lining.
I don't really carry any blood per se.
This is fine.
Regardless.
What a curveball!
understand.
Any
has been a
objections? As I hold
crazy
up the
day.
rope to Caleb again.
Nope. Put an extra knot on it. In fact,
Wow,
actually, you know
okay.
what? I'll help you. I ain't getting murked again while I sleep. No
You know
offense.
what? Your hands are likely more dexterous than mine are, anyways.
I love compliments.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. And go ahead and take it.
Natural one. Natural one.
Sleight of hand. Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, you do a pretty good job tying up Kaylin. Doesn't seem like Kaylin's resisting, unless Kaylin's resisting.
Is he resisting? That was my
So what I
question.
was gonna say was that Like after Vic says that, he holds out his hands to be tied
Okay.
and gives a nod. Like he more than understands. Like if you hadn't suggested it, he would have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we'll tie him up probably against the panels on this side here.
You don't have any other surprise spells under your belt there that we should be aware of?
I'm all out of spells.
Oh,
Terribly sorry.
out of spells now. I think we're good.
All right.
Let's get some rest then.
You're all then over here. I'm gonna go bleed in the corner.
Dibs on the crate that wasn't smashed.
Fuck.
Oh man.
I'm just staying right next to Kaelin, even though he's tied up.
So, Kaylin, you find it a little more difficult to fall asleep being bound the way that you are. But there is some solace in it, knowing that you couldn't do too much, at least given your state, if Datus decides to control you again. Are you all just going to sleep, or will there be watches for the night?
I can remain perceptive.
Okay.
I will periodically open one eye to make sure Kaelin isn't about to murk me
Okay.
until I fall asleep.
So,
I'm good.
So while everyone sleeps, Vic will stay awake. Go ahead and roll. Give me a high or low.
Oof. Am I rolling or are you?
You.
Let's go with. Let's go high.
High it is.
Nice.
Okay. Good. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
The night. I mean, well, whatever night is right now. Hard to tell when there's no. You haven't seen any sunlight for over a day now. But it's quiet. You can hear the creaking of engines and pistons within the wall. You can hear grinding sounds. I'm just whirring of machines, but nothing else. In this moment, what would be going through your mind?
I mean, a lot's happened in the last, 6 hours. I mean, I guess seeing that there is that connection that he has with this Basura person, just through his rage and through being the Ebengard himself, and knowing what he did and what he can do. Like, he's not seeing any lies exactly in what Data said, but it's still just his methods of going about it that he disagrees wholeheartedly with. But even that, he's starting to question whether he should disagree with it, if the means would actually justify the ends in this case. But he quickly just kind of shuts that thought out before continuing to listen to the machines around him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another high or low.
Oh, god damn it. I went high last time. I'm gonna go
Yes.
low. That is not low.
Okay. One second. Where's my pen?
Oh no.
Hee hee.
Why do you need a pen?
That's fine. We're just keeping track. Kaylin, it took a while to fall asleep. And, I mean, there's always that worry that your mind would find it elsewhere. But what would be going through your mind in the time? All of things, all the revelations.
I think that Kalen would primarily be thinking about sort of conflicted between, are they right? And it's just an inevitability that he's going to turn out just like Data's Moors, like he's going to lose his sense of morality, or lose sense of who he is in the future. And then the other side of it that is just sad for all of the people that, like, it would be one thing if Data's Moors was just convinced of what was happening himself, but he's obviously managed to convince so many other innocent people of the same thing without really knowing for sure. And he's probably gonna, he's gonna be thinking about the person who he potentially killed. Like, that wasn't something he wanted to do. And that maybe that does make him just like Data's Moors. He sacrificed someone for the sort of quote-unquote greater good. But maybe that was the wrong thing to do.
Vic, go ahead and give me a high or low.
You broke Vic.
Muted?
Wait, what? Oh, me again?
Yeah, high or low.
Wait, what? Fuck it, I got high twice. I'm gonna go low. Come on, can't happen 3 times in a row, right? God damn it!
No,
Why did you have to say that?
Impossible to happen. I mean, upside down, that's a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
Still
Yeah.
high, though. Well, okay,
is.
if you split both of them, yeah, but, upside down 9. I mean. Vic, Nuke, actually. You've had a lot of people speaking words at you, more so than anything. What would be going on through Nuke's mind as there is a clear sense of denial in anything that you've heard so far today? From Furion and now Datus.
I mean, that was a lot. Not only does he find it hard to believe, right? To believe particularly what Datus said, but I mean, he certainly doesn't want to believe it now, even if it is true. I mean, he just heard that he was infected, and as far as Nuke is concerned, that essentially means puppet. He's a pawn. I mean, he's battered and bruised, so he's quite lethargic. But he's most preoccupied with that exact bit. Of course, Boda said a lot as well, but it's a lot to take in. Person we were after to try stop said some things, and then we questioned whether, well, we questioned everything. There's no resolution, it's just thoughts, just fragmented thoughts going through his head right now. That's it. Just trying to understand. Makes sense.
Okay. And Vic, one last time, high or low?
Why me?
It can't possibly be high again, could it?
No, it can't be. I'm going low.
Okay.
99.
Thank you.
All right. Katrina,
Oh shit.
Furion pointed out something so bluntly, and there was an obvious denial within it, saying that something of Canaan resides within you. Especially proclaiming that it was ugly, putrid. What would be going through your mind knowing that, I mean, you've lived with this for many centuries now?
More uncertainty. She knew there was something to it that didn't sit right, but didn't really know how to deal with it. It's been something she's always battled with, not fully understanding, and now having a name to it, even having a name to it, doesn't exactly make her feel any more reassured. Not sure how to deal with something of the scale.
And where would her mind be in terms of, well, now you know that what you have is similar to those that carried the fragments of Canaan, knowing why you could see the tiefling girl, why you can have that connection with Talus Rosen.
The fact that he's able to connect with them, the fact that they have more of these items, the fact that we now know Natus also has one of these items. They're all coming too close too quickly.
All right. So with that, everybody eventually gets their rest, uninterrupted. Even though there was some unease, go ahead and get yourself that long rest you so deserve.
I've never seen somebody's temp hit points be so many multiples of their actual hit points. Katrina.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
my
remember
blood
to
is
put
back.
the 12 temporary hit points back.
Oh, man. Yep, so go ahead.
I
and
like
get
having the
your-
blood where it's supposed to be.
I mean, you're still feeling woozy, but your body is definitely recovering.
Internal bleeding, that's where the blood's supposed to be, right?
It's close
But
enough.
yeah, if you
Go ahead.
make sure to give yourself the 12
Okay.
temporary hit points.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
It's a
So-
sign.
Deciding to abandon your trek down into the gear ways. A little dejected, and, well, it's tough to deal with the feeling of wasting time. You all decide to head out. Is there anything else you would like to accomplish beforehand? Conversations to be had before we can go on to the next section?
I think we're good.
I think Vic's just quiet this whole time, yeah. The whole walk back.
Question for you guys. I mean, was this worth not following through on our initial plan? I mean, Medea and... I mean, we've potentially found some stuff out, right? Did we just make a big mistake?
You didn't need to put it out in the air like that, but
I think we made
Possible.
a choice. Don't know yet if it was a mistake or not.
came down here to what? Listen to two different people speak about things that I don't know if we can trust.
The fact that it happened once, okay, twice in one day, makes you wonder.
I don't know.
Nuke's just gonna keep his head low and walk on.
Alrighty. So, as you're all making your way through, who is leading the charge?
I think Vic still has the map, right? So probably leading the way back.
Okay. So you
Yeah,
all-
I'm probably last. You got it.
Mm.
Probably falling behind a little bit, by a couple of steps and then speeding up every now and then. Thinking.
So Vic, go ahead and since you are retracing your steps to leave the gearways, give me a survival check.
With advantage though, because we have the map, or
I'll say so, yeah. And you've already traveled this place. It's more of just a retracing. Yeah, easily.
great. Now we get the nat 20.
Yeah.
Cool.
These are real good. As you're walking through silently, you pass the areas that were cleaned, facing the gelatinous cubes. You recall the path, the winding maze that makes up the gearways, knowing that this was day 3 of the festival, and you already missed day 2. You're certain that you're gonna miss day 3 as the rest of the night goes into the evening. Just trying to keep track of your internal clock. Go ahead and give me a high or low. I'll allow anyone to do this one.
I'll go, I guess. Yeah,
I keep getting muted. I don't know why. Okay. Yes, I said.
Did you pick? What?
do this one?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Low.
Low.
Oof.
Excellent.
It's the
Nice.
lack of sunlight.
Yeah.
Efficient.
And the evening already pushes. Doesn't take you as long to get down here knowing the path right back up. It does fall. I mean, the streets are quiet by the time you get back. Conversations have been at a minimum, knowing that the rooms that you had traveled to still netted nothing. Being told that the items that you were searching for had already been claimed by Datus. There is a little bit of disappointment as you walk through. But eventually you find your way back through the lifts. It's evening at this point in Pernios. The street lamps sending the amber glow across the roads. couple vehicles pass as they putter in and out, making their turns, leading to wherever they need to be. You look by. Your truck is still there, untouched, unmoving.
Oh, thank goodness.
But you made your way back to the surface, unimpeded, though it did take the better part of the day. And going any further, you would be pushing some exhaustion, though you have a place to rest.
Should likely try to call Cardulo before we rest. Maybe get some semblance of a direction before the morning.
Sounds like a good plan.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay, I'll probably go over to the console and start to call.
Okay. You hear the buzzing over the speaker, the screen black. Static is met. It buzzes several times. And eventually it clicks off with no answer, no response.
Damn it.
Suppose we'll have to try again in the morning.
Is there a tether station nearby where we are?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Heading around to this maintenance room, you do recall that there was a tether line station a few miles back in a small little shopping district.
Hmm. There was a tether station not too far back, but I'm not sure if the truck is a good way to get to it. I draw too much attention.
What, you gonna go now?
I mean, I can get there quickly still with this, and I hold up the rod that is a bike.
Out of character, isn't it the same type of connection that the van has?
I thought the one that the van just goes straight to Cardulo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
There are a couple of people I can try to contact. One actually directly at Progresses in Oxburn. Whether they're available right now, it'd be another issue, but
Would you like someone to come with you?
out of character, I feel like the only one that could would be Nuke.
I'm down.
Because I think I can carry Nuke on my shoulders on the bike. I've done it before.
Like,
Slows
see his
the bike down
legs.
a little bit, but
Like, see his legs flapping in the wind while he holds onto you tightly, like a cape.
Yeah, it's definitely a one-seater would be a little cumbersome for anybody
Yeah.
other than a small creature.
Fair. Okay.
I mean I can take Nuke, but
I'll come.
I just look to not Medea. I look to Katrina. Just watch him. Be careful.
I'll keep the blood on the inside. This time.
And again, I turned to Kaylin. I'm like, no offense.
None taken.
Right. We're back soon. And I'll hop out of the RV or the truck, whatever it is, and snap the rod, and it goes into a bike, a little Tron bike.
Hell yeah, it does.
That's
Oh,
insane how
nice.
that works.
I know,
Fucking
right?
snap.
It's so good. I love it. Come on, then. We should move before it gets too late.
I leap up onto his back. Shoulders, I guess.
Hang on tight.
I hold
And
on
I'm just-
tightly over his eyes.
Oh God. No. Shoulders.
My bad.
And I'm gunning it down the road.
As you drive away, leaving Katrina and Kaylin behind. Doesn't take you too long. There's no traffic, and most of the lights meet up with you. Eventually, you do see as the faint, like, blue, almost like harsh fluorescence light up the interior of the Tetherline station. There is one person behind the desk, as there are lined row upon row of each of the booths that people make their calls from. He's just kind of
anyone
flipping
else
through
using a line?
magazine. Go ahead and roll perception check. You do see is one on the far end of this room. There is a small elven girl, kind of like leaned up on the table that the tether line, like the booth is. She's just leaning and talking quietly into it, not really paying attention to her surroundings.
And she's the only one aside from the person at the desk.
Mm-hmm. The one at the desk, just like flipping through a magazine.
Okay. Oh man. I have a terrible idea, but it's fine.
Do it.
I just pull a nuke off my shoulders and like keep the one at the desk busy. Keep her occupied.
Got it.
And I'll if the one that's on the phone isn't paying much attention to me, I'm still gonna like walk straight to her, and I will pull out. How much do I have? Hold on. Inventory.
Do not flash someone.
I won't.
So
I'm
I
a
whip it
robot.
out.
Wrong campaign. Wrong campaign.
Oh boy.
Yeah, keep that to whimsies, Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
I will pull out 2 gold pieces, and just put them in the hand that she's holding the phone with. I'll say leave.
Go ahead and roll persuasion or
No, intimidation.
Yeah.
Like towering over top of her.
Yeah.
Like, leave now.
She looks at the coin. She looks at you, and you see her like panic for a moment, putting the mouthpiece to her face. I gotta go. I'll call you later. Bye. And she hangs up and like gets her things off the table, and she hurries out
Perfect.
of the Tetherline station in a panic, dropping one of the coins on the ground. See it roll and topple.
Is she picking it back up?
She looks back and looks at you and just like hesitates and runs out. Not
Okay,
even worried
I'll
about
pick
the
it back up.
second coin.
It's fine. And then I'll look back.
Where's Nuke right now?
You're at the desk, I hope, because I'm about to look back at the desk and see if Nuke's talking with
Right,
the person
right,
at the desk yet.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there's a desk in the back. And there's just a lady kind of flipping through a magazine, not really paying attention. You can see like there is like a plexiglass divider between a couple holes drilled into the front, so you can still hear voices through.
She does work here, right?
Seems like it.
Cool.
She is behind the desk, so it could just be a random person that came in off the street.
Are they been robbed right now? Gotcha.
Oh, we'll find out in a second.
Yeah, I was looking back to the desk to see if she's occupied with either with Nuke or with whatever she's doing. But
She's completely ignoring Nuke at this point, still flipping through. You can see her like obnoxiously chewing. And you can hear it through the little holes. Looks as though she's chewing some kind of gum.
Curling hair around her index finger.
Yeah.
in that case, I just look at Nuke and I give like the symbol to like keep watch kind of thing, like look around, and I'll turn towards the Ted line.
I do.
And
I don't. Go on.
Go ahead.
I was just
Go,
gonna say I don't disturb her while she's busy. She's busy. I'll only step in if she starts paying attention.
Cool. All right. So I will pick up the line. And the first one I'm going to try is going to be because if I remember correctly, you pick it up and you tell whoever's on the other end who you want to contact, right?
When you
so
do
I'll
pick it up and you hear the voice, operator, how can I help you?
I need to reach Severin at the Arcana Progresses. It's urgent.
One moment, please. You hear a little bit of background music play for a moment. Eventually it clicks off and you can hear a buzzing. Arcana Progressive, R&D department, how can I help you?
Evening. I apologize for the lateness of the call. I'm known as Vic. I was one of the ones that assisted with your team over in Hagnath several weeks back. I have information that should go to Severin. Is he available?
You know what, idiot. Go ahead and roll a high or low.
I know. We'll go. What did you choose last time, Nuke? You chose low, right?
Yeah, and I think it was high, right?
Yeah, we did go high. I'm gonna go high.
5.
I'm gonna go high.
I think we had 5 high, 1 low.
89. Still went high.
Nice.
Let me see if he's in. One moment, please. Call goes quiet. Eventually it clicks over. This is Severin Palamis. Who am I speaking to?
Evening, Severin. I'm known as Vic. I'm one of the automatons that was assisting your team over in Haganath several weeks ago.
Oh, right, yes, I recall. What can I do for you?
I need to know if you have in your possession a certain book. Or somewhere at Arcana Progresses. The book is called The Horns of the Apocalypse. Have you heard of it?
Let me check the archives records. Give me a second. You can hear a clacking of keys over the call. Yeah, we have one copy of it. Is there a reason for it?
It may have answer to many of the changes happening across everywhere right now.
Huh.
Are there more copies? Do you know any other copies elsewhere?
From the details that I see, it doesn't look like there is many copies. I mean, I can have one of our scribes rewrite, but that would take some time. Unless there is certain parts of the book that you need. Is this urgent?
I'm afraid it is. It's difficult to explain right now. Is there a motive getting it here to Pernios quickly.
There is, but if you're not one of the, officials, then going through all of the red tape, expediting things like that, it takes a little bit of leverage in Arcana Progressis.
Right. Fine. What I need then, if possible, I need everything in that book that's has anything to do with Basira.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Sure. Persuasion. That was bound to happen eventually.
Well, currently, we're quite busy. It might take some time. As we've been spread thin heavily with everything going on.
Don't you understand? We don't have time. Sorry. Excuse me.
No, I get it. Everybody's been on edge. I really wish I can be of more use. But again, as soon as we're here and Arcana Progressis, we leave immediately on assignment. You need to understand that tensions, especially here in Oxboron, they've been... Let's just say we've been dealing with a lot of attacks on our own. Things have been escalating rapidly.
I understand.
I'll have people look into it. But I'll see what I can do.
How long do you need?
I can't promise you a time.
Damn it. Fine. Does our truck have a call number by chance? That they can contact us to the truck, or does it
cannot.
Solely go to?
It's
to
strictly like connection between Theron and the vehicle. He's only like piggybacking off the tether line to make the connections, not fully like part of it.
Okay. All right. I'll be in touch again when I can. Just find what you can. So there's something in that book that'll help us both.
I'll have my people hold on to it instead of going through the archives. Just come to me and we'll talk about it.
It's easier said than done. I'll do what I can.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. And I'll hang up. Oh God, do I even bother with the other one then? You know what? I will. I will not really.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll contact one other person. I don't think it'll be the one that I wanted to begin with, but I'll contact someone else. I want to get a hold.
Fine.
I'll hang up and I'll pick up the phone again. I'll tether again. Me again. I need. I need 10 Miss Reaver in Hagenath.
One moment, please. And again, you're greeted with the sound of music.
Come on, Reaver. Be there.
Go ahead and high or low.
I'm going to go low this time.
Low.
Damn it.
Sorry, I imagine like a really jazzy, like elevator music version of that
100%.
song.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Every
dun, dun.
periodically it like cuts out and it's like, for quality control, the The message might be recorded. Thank you for your patience.
Your call is important to us too. Please hold while we find someone to...
Your estimated wait time is 2 minutes.
Oh no! I mean,
There
that's
are
not bad.
2 people in front of you.
Two
Yeah,
people in line.
front of you.
I look around. Where?
If you'd like for us to respond at a later time, leave a number, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
God damn it.
Unfortunately, sir, the Hagenath tether line, they're closed for the night. I could leave a message.
Reaver. No, it's fine. I'll try again later.
Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
I hang up mid-sentence.
That's rude.
Nice.
As you hang up the call. In that time, Nuke, it's like you didn't even exist. She's just sitting there flipping through the magazine. Not
Yeah, it's
even
impressive.
caring.
It's impressive how little attention she's actually
Oh,
giving
yeah.
to
Yeah.
anything else.
She is here for a paycheck, and that is it. Anything beyond that is a hassle, a burden, and it's like you don't even exist.
It's relatable.
Well, is there any other calls you would like to make?
No, I mean, if the entire Hagenath line is shut down for the day, I don't think there is anyone else for me to contact. Because the only other one that I was thinking of was Ezri, but again, he's in Hagenath, so.
Yeah, those ones are a little more difficult to get a call through, considering that they're, I mean, they don't
It's
have
just one
as
line in, one line out.
resources. Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
single operator station.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's it. So I'll just turn around and go back towards Nuke. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Back comes back out.
Nuke kind of shakes his head again, like this is blowing his mind. Like this, like how that works. It's like he's
What,
seen this.
the whole tether line.
No, the bike.
The bike.
Oh, the bike.
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
even it's since landing on this planet, like he's seen some things that just catches attention straight away. Things that people do very like nonchalantly or casually, the magic stuff. But I mean, the stuff that is blowing his mind. He's not used to this shit.
You like my bike, do you?
Can I drive?
No.
Oh,
However, if we're going where I think we are, I'm able to get your own.
oh, let's go, El Capitan.
Just Vic, please.
You got it, Captain.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Katrina and Kaylin, are you doing anything?
Yes, but Katrina, you first.
I will go with Kaylin because I'm not letting you out of my sight right now.
Okay.
That is fair. So Kalen is going to be working on his scope item. However, he's also finally going to take out the item that he got from Credula's place and activate it.
All
Bye,
right.
Katrina.
What? Oh,
Bye.
fuck.
Go ahead and-
Hi,
Nice
guys.
knowing you. About that new character.
Well, I find out in a second.
Yes, let's activate the kamikaze nuclear weapon.
Ah,
Just like we talked about, Sleepy.
Yeah.
ah,
You guys ready for this? High or low? Just kidding.
da, da, da.
Alrighty. So, you activate it. And eventually you do You see as there are just like scrawlings across the surface, and you can see it kind of flickering on the inside, and you can hear almost like a whirring as there are little beeps and boops on the inside.
Oh no. Beep boops.
But eventually the voice comes to, and every time the voice speaks up, you can see it flashing in rhythm. What is going on here?
Hello. My name is Kalen. What is your name?
Well, I haven't been given one in some time. It seems as though my memory has been wiped of previous names. Would you like to give me one?
Oh, I hadn't thought about it.
Fluffy.
Do you say that out loud?
Can I hear him?
Can she? Or is it something that only
Well, I
you
don't
can
know.
hear?
We're all in the van. I'm not being secretive about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a mental connection. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just
No, it's
audible. So
Yeah. So you do hear. Please, for my sake, don't call me Fluffy. Or Fluffles, or any iteration of that. Please.
Is there anything you remember or anything you'd like to be called?
I remember lots of things, but names I don't really care too much. So whatever you feel is fitting.
Well, the placard on the shelf where I got you said that you were a professor. Perhaps I could call you that.
Straight and to the point. Well, then Professor it is. How can I be of service?
Well, I understand that you're very knowledgeable, and I'm working on this project. And then he lifts up the scope that he's working on. I've got it to work partially, but I was hoping with your expertise, it could be improved further.
And you watch as the light gets bright, and you can see almost like a wireframe detail across the front, scanning every part of it. Interesting. I mean, your design, there could be some refinements, but you're on the right track. I'm assuming, I mean, from what I see, everything is functional. But I think we can do a little bit better. Let's go ahead and see what we can do.
Excellent. Thank you for your help.
I'm here to serve. And with that, you spend some time working on refining your scope with a new friend along the professor to help you along the way. Is there anything specific you wanted to do?
Just the list that you gave me, because I've got basic one of the functions. We didn't really discuss further than that. But
For narrow academics. So we'll go ahead and refine more of what the orb does, but this more introductory, we'll have a conversation on the side about it, because I know you did give me a list of like what you wanted the orb to do.
Oh, the orb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So the orb basically it provides I think it's a +9 bonus on knowledge checks on 4 specific areas of knowledge, like more specific than the ones that the game has. And I think I sent you the list.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that the way I could use it is by sort of almost like if I want to do something if I want to build something, then it could give me like a bonus on some sort of knowledge check to see if I can make something work or whatnot.
Yeah, for this one, go ahead and give me an intelligence check, just a straight intelligence check, but with advantage, as you are being helped along, giving little small tidbits, bouncing off ideas. And yeah,
20.
there, especially when, I mean, you don't have a lot of time to do what you need to do tonight, but refining this object, your scope, decreasing the weight on it, but not losing any of the functionality. You realize that with the professor, you working together in making the items that you have in your mind, it's gonna expedite a lot. But
Heck yeah.
eventually, Nuke and Vic return. You do hear as the vehicle comes up, and then you can hear the sound of it collapsing in on itself, returning back to the rod.
So,
What are you all doing? As you finally return to the truck. It is late in the evening.
Any luck?
our assumptions were correct. They have it at Arcanum Progressus in Oxburn. They have the book. They were offering to copy portions of it that we needed, but even that's going to take too much time. Time that they couldn't even guarantee. Seems we may still yet need to go with it ourselves.
You didn't manage to get hold of anyone else that you were looking for?
I'm afraid not. Aganath has already shut down. One tether station will do that.
I suppose we will have to wait until tomorrow.
I can try again in the morning and see if I can get a hold of them. But for now, our best bet is unfortunately a trip to Oxburn, it seems. I kind of just look over to Nuka. Are you ready to see the world?
Am I? Can't wait. Maybe I can buy a house there.
Cue the most auto-tuned version of I Can Show You the World in History.
Oh my god.
I can show
a whole new
you
world.
the world.
How far is it?
Far,
How far?
like another continent far. Isn't it? Another continent, right?
I mean,
Or
it
another
is-
island at least.
It's pretty much another island. Regnum
yeah.
is the entirety of this chain of
Right.
islands.
It was on. We're on Hyphros right now,
Yes.
right? And Oxburn is on.
Sestrum.
do
Repin the
this.
map.
Thank you, Sestrum.
You will obtain a map. I am reworking it as
Gotcha.
not as we speak, but like over the course of the next week. I will be getting the revised map.
Yeah, it's on another island, basically. On the
So-
southern point of another island.
So how long was that going to take?
Out of character, remind me how long it took me to get from Haganath to here on that skyship.
Going through because you took a airship the whole
Oh,
way
right.
through. You didn't take
was
the
it a-
airship the whole way through.
No, I didn't. I took it to basically the southern edge of Regnum, and then, or not Regnum, Hyphros, and then took basically a train from southern edge to here.
Yeah. By airship, the travel between the two places is 4 days. If you take a train
okay.
directly uh, from Pernios to Oxbrun, that one it takes a little longer. It's about a week and a half. Traveling by, slow, taking a boat, that would take several weeks.
Mm-hmm. Depends how we wish to travel. Quickest way is just 4 days or so.
What's the options for travel?
Well, we can take the disguise, stay on land, or
Can we all
take a boat.
get bikes like your bike?
Even mine will not take me across waters.
Oh,
I don't think. I've really tried, but I assume.
I guess whichever one's quicker.
It'll also be the more expensive.
How expensive?
I'm uncertain.
Airship is by far the most expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking?
Taking the ship all the way there?
Are we talking like 19, 20, 23 gold? Expensive or?
Would I know about how expensive it would be?
Yes, you would. Over the course of your travel, by airship, if you're gonna go straight shot, it's over 150 gold per person.
Well, it'll at least make a dent, but per person.
Per person.
So not make a dent.
Train is less. You're looking at 100 gold per person. Your trip was at least a little cheaper, given that you took your bike across at least the majority of Sestrum before you made your way.
Yeah, exactly. I biked basically.
Are there any?
I basically just took the airship across the river, essentially.
Yeah.
Across the lake. Yeah.
Are there any banks that would take loans where the term runs out right after the convergence?
How convenient.
Oh,
Like, why do you want the term date of this loan to end on that specific date? No reason.
Yeah. No particular reason at all. Yeah.
Have you told Nuke it's a fuck ton?
It's much more than that.
Oh. I mean, we could sell my picture.
Oh, right, you have that picture. I'm not even certain how much that would go for, but even that may cover your own, but not the rest of us.
Can anyone remember what Stevie said it was worth? I don't think I wrote it down.
I don't remember at all.
Was it hundreds?
My brain
probably.
is smooth.
I have 300 in my head for some reason, but I don't have it written down, so I could be totally fabricating that.
300 for a painting is expensive as fuck painting.
Have you seen the painting properly? Dogs playing poker. Wild. Dogs can't even play poker.
Oh no.
Oh, Regardless, we'll need to find some way to acquire the rest of the gold.
I mean, I could probably sneak on. Just saying. And I look over at Katrina, waiting for a fucking tongue lashing.
They are quite they're quite tight on security these days. Even when I got on just across the lake, we were searched. The whole place was searched before we'd even move anywhere.
So, are we going to like get jobs or cheaper transport?
I'm not sure.
Well, if
I mean,
in the morning we
mm.
can get a hold of Credulo, perhaps he could provide us with enough funds to make the trip.
Could
What
rob a
was it?
bank.
What was?
I mean, I'm just
Let's
saying, right? I mean,
not do
but
that.
it's like payment, forward payment for like saving the world and all that.
You've drawn
I mean,
enough.
Datus is going to sacrifice people. We're just sacrificing some gold.
We've drawn enough attention as it is.
Right. I'm going to stop giving suggestions. You guys are clearly not listening.
Out of character. Do you think Datus Morse has a bank account?
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. I mean,
Well, he was hacking into stuff on this ship. Probably
And
has a
he
metric fuck ton.
and he did want us to go to Oxford anyways. If we use his money for it, is that really that bad? He's the one that wanted us to go there.
Would any of us feel bad even if he didn't want us to take it?
No.
Nope.
I mean, do you have to ask now? You take yours if you stay still long enough.
The reason why I say it out of character is it's probably not something Kalen would think of, but probably something that Nuke would think of.
Definitely not something Vic would think of.
Just
We
need
can
to
try getting
steal
hold of
something.
Gertulo. We can try to getting hold of Gertulo again in the morning. I don't know what was going on now, but hopefully he answers. I can also try Haganath again, but it's also unsure if anything will help us there. As far as the banks go, not sure how much help they'll be.
I mean, we could steal from some bad guys, right? I mean, that's all right, Katrina. I mean, bad guys, you know, they're bad.
Yes, it's fine.
Actually, if Vic mentioned the bank himself,
Yep.
then it might. I'm just gonna. Okay.
Go ahead. Do it up.
Hang on. Banks. Do you think. Is it possible Datus Morse has a bank account here in Pernio somehow?
I mean, he did say he was that the ship that was on Tenebris brought him home. It's possible. Wouldn't be unheard of. I don't know. Would I know, like, if there's like a main bank, if there's only one, if there's several, or
I mean, there is a main, like, first bank of Pernios, but there are other banks.
question is, where would he have his account? Not certain
we
he
should-
would be at what is known as the bank, but
I think it's worth a shot.
it'd be worth a try.
Well, shall we?
Let's rest first. In the morning, perhaps we make the same split as we did this night. Maybe the two of you can try to contact Cordulo and go to the bank. And I'll take Nuke again to the tether station to attempt to contact Haganath. We'll meet up back at the bank.
All right.
All right, let's get this show on the road. After we
Rest first.
obviously.
Yes. And I pull the rope out again. I'm like, nothing personal.
Galen puts out his hands. He's not offended whatsoever.
All right. As you tie up Kalen, knowing that this is going to be a nightly routine, you settle in to the truck with a thought of potential bank fraud about to go down.
What
the
if they're
next
the
day.
same? Is it really?
Yeah, he
bank
didn't
fraud?
say. Yeah, he even corrected. He wasn't
Yeah,
like
he did
we look the
correct.
same. He's like we're
Yeah.
the same person. It's like
Exactly.
okay, then
Alright.
what's yours is mine, bro.
Anyways,
So, we'll go ahead and end the session right there. As tomorrow we'll bring whatever it does, trying to contact Tenemis Reaver in Haganath, as well as hopefully finding the bank and possibly withdrawing some of the funds that Datus Moors may or may not have. Go ahead and pick up there next week.
Awesome.
Fun fact, if we do this, it'll be the second campaign I've committed bank fraud in.
I was gonna mention that actually.
Oh shit.
So here
I played a halfling rogue in one campaign, and yeah, there was a lot of bank fraud.
I guess
Heard that's happened twice.
this is where we're going. Abandon everything. Let's steal money from the bank. We'll do it. Oh man,
Not stealing.
True.
It's collectively ours.
Collecting what is rightfully yours in
Okay,
hopes
Russia.
of getting to Oxbrun. Thank you guys for joining today.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for damning.
For the
Appreciate
session.
it.
Oh
The session.
Oh boy. I'm so
Hey.
sorry. I do feel a little bad thinking that I was like taking something from you in a way with the conversations with Datus Moore. So I do apologize if you do feel robbed in that
No.
sense.
Wait, who?
No.
You guys, I don't know.
What?
I
How?
worry about things like
Yeah,
that.
that's a weird thing to say.
I don't know. I'm just like, well, they could. I mean, it's different, right? Some people see it like, oh, well, we were doing this all for nothing, you know?
I mean, we were, but that's the tragedy of it. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like, if we're uninformed and that's what leads us to make decisions, then it's our own fault for following up on those.
Yeah.
So,
Get good, noob.
Yeah, so here we are. But you know what? There is some things to be gained from it. Thank you guys for joining today.
Yeah, awesome session.
damning.
Thanks.
Take care,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you.
Have a good one.
I'll catch
Bye.
you next
Bye.
time. Bye. Oh boy, what a session. I had fun with it. I mean, there was a lot of lore dump. I was so worried. I try not to overload the lore, but it's kind of hard not to sometimes, especially when there are so many things happening at once. It's hard to just give little tidbits of something. So this was, I think, one of the first times where they have like a clear cut, somebody is willing to give them as much information, since they've been, to be honest, the party's been dicked around by a lot of NPCs, and always like pushed but never given like the full information. So this was like the first time where they're like, oh shit, okay, so somebody is sitting there thinking that they have some higher calling to end a god, to save the world, right? But we'll pick up from there next week. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I really do hope you had a good time. If you want to follow me everywhere, my links are in my exclamation socials. Come join the Discord. Sippy League Season 3, the world of Yadros, will be starting. It is going to be a fun time. So if you want to get in on some of those games, you'll never truly miss a session. Like, from session to session, everybody is working collectively to explore this world of Yadros. There's going to be lots of content. There's going to be community driven content, from quests to just goals going down. If you want to learn more about that, once everything is posted, I'll post everything in my Discord. I did start a Reddit and all of that, so if you want to follow me there too, I'm going to go ahead and update all of my cards. So if you want to just follow me across all social medias, it'll be there. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me today, and we will be right back next week. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.